Chapter 11. The 11th chapter. After a great night's sleep, Nathan and Natalie wake up around 11:45 a.m., which is very early for Nathan. The fire is still warm and Tacklebox Tom is still sound asleep. They enjoy the rest of the fire while they wake up and soon decide they should pack up and be on their way. Nathan asks Natalie what music he should play while they gather all their belongings and pack up the car. She is moody and doesn't have any suggestions, so Nathan opens Spotify on his phone and starts playing the soundtrack to Richie Rich. The two put their last bags in the trunk and take a shot of vodka before they get going. "Should we wake up Tom?" Nathan asks. "No," Natalie replies. "Might as well let him sleep. He seems like he could use the rest." They both whisper goodbye to Tom and wave to him in unison. They both enjoyed meeting him and hearing his stories. Finally, they walk to the car, get in, and drive back to the main road. Attention. Side note warning. There is a side note coming up. Side note. Tacklebox Tom was not actually sleeping. He actually overdosed and died that night, long after Nathan and Natalie fell asleep. They never find this out, though. Only the reader knows. Tacklebox Tom's death serves no purpose to the story. Neither does the reason for his death. It is simply part of the story. Caleb's New Year's story. One might wonder why this was put in the story, but it doesn't matter. It's similar to a person getting a tattoo, buying a new outfit, or writing a poem. You think it's a big deal and has meaning to it, but no one actually cares. One might also wonder why there was a side note warning for the side note. There is no reason. Move on with your life. This should not have to be explained. The two are back on the highway. The last song on the Richie Rich soundtrack is ending. It's called Richest Kid in the World. In the passenger seat, Natalie wakes up to the sudden silence, the droning hum of the moving car. She's not in high spirits. It's been such a weird couple days. We keep running into weird people. I'm tired and hungry, and I just want to be back home. I still don't understand why we're on this stupid trip anyway. Nathan is taken aback. He is surprised and thought she was into it. I'm sorry, Nat. Just don't, she replies. I can't believe I'm in a car listening to a stupid movie soundtrack, getting some dumb towels. Nathan snaps finally. "You know what?" he exclaims. "If you don't want to be involved with this, you can take a shit or leave." A couple seconds of silence go by. "Wait, what?" Natalie asks slowly, very confused. Nathan replies sternly, "Listen, I told you how important these towels are to me and the history of my family. I didn't force you to get in the car. You chose to come along." "Yeah, but..." "So yeah," he interrupts. "So go take a shit." "Nathan, I think you're saying that wrong." "I'm not saying anything wrong. You're blowing up on me out of nowhere over nothing, for no reason. I've been nothing but nice to you. I've shared my vodka with you. I've protected you. And if you can't appreciate any of that, you can go take a shit." Both of them agree that some quiet time was necessary. They put some peaceful music on and zone out for an hour or so while driving. Nathan finally starts conversation again. "So, you're still seeing Ryan, right? How's that going?" She looks at him, half annoyed, half confused. "I mean, I guess," she answers. "He's good to me sometimes, but he's mostly shitty and takes me for granted." "That must be tough. I wish I had the words to make it easier for you. It kind of reminds me of how Katie used to be to me." "Yeah, and a lot of the time, It's like he just forgets I'm even here. I'll try to do something sweet or say something silly to get his attention, and I almost never get any response. Like I'm invisible. Nathan replies. Has he ever launched his pork rocket into your Arby's big beef and cheddar? What? She asks. You know, has he ever given you the icing packet from a toaster strudel? Are you asking if we've ever had sex? If so, that's really personal. He pauses for a minute after her question. He then continues. Has he ever given you a good time with the white slime? Has he ever gorilla gagged your banana slot? You ever go down on his penny slot? Ever go chiefin' on his Richard Cummings? Does he ever go down on your beanstalk? Has he ever fucked you in the Skechers store? You ever had to call Stanley Steamer to clean up the mess later? Ever had to call the basement doctor after he's destroyed your foundation? Has he ever grafted you the gift of his gooch? Has he ever... She cuts him off. Yes. Oh my God. We've had sex, yes. I don't understand why you're asking me that. Listen, I just wanted to know if he's tossed his floppy salmon into your chum bucket. That's all. I'll give it a rest. Anyway, you want to know what movie I can't stand? Angels in the Outfield. I never really liked it. Not a great movie. Natalie looks confused. What? Why? I've always thought that was an amazing movie. Such a classic. Are you crazy? Nathan replies. I've just never been into baseball. There's also no nudity in it. Not my cup of tea. Nudity? What? It's a kid's movie about angels helping people. Why would there be nudity in it? Listen, Nathan says, I need there to be some nudity in a movie. If I'm going to pay to sit in a theater and watch a movie, I'm going to need to take a bathroom break halfway through to rub one out. And I'm going to need to see a nice rack. Or at least a nice rustic pair of booty bumpers. Natalie looks confused. Wait, you jack off in public bathrooms? She asks. Natalie, come on. You don't ever roll that beautiful bean footage in a bathroom when you're in a pinch? No! I came close though once. There was one time when I was at TJ's eating a Barnyard Buster. After my first bite, I look up at the TV and see Brendan Fraser. He really gets me going. I try to ignore it, but my horniness took over. I had to leave immediately. I left cash on the table and dumped the rest of my Barnyard Buster in my purse. I run straight to the car and pull out of the parking lot, making it home in less than 5 minutes. I shut off the car and get out. There is a huge snail trail on my seat, but I'm too horny to clean it. I rush inside, only to find my family members gathered in the living room for my mom's Tupperware party. I ran upstairs and immediately popped in my VHS copy of George of the Jungle.